She didn't start taking you for granted because you messed up. She did it because you made access too easy and consequences non-existent. And once you see the exact moment respect dies, you'll realize why chasing her never works and why one move flips the whole damn script. It's late. Quiet in that way that makes your thoughts louder than they should be. Phone face down. Screen still warm. You already checked it. Twice. Maybe more. And you're telling yourself you're cool with it. That you're not overthinking. That this doesn't bother you like it used to. But if this is you, if you're replaying little moments you swore you were over, that pause before she replies. The way she cancels like it's no big deal. The jokes that land a little colder now. The effort that somehow became yours alone. Yeah, this might hit closer than you expected. You remember when she used to lean in, when your presence mattered, when she didn't assume you'd always be there, waiting, available, cool with whatever crumbs were left. And now you're the understanding one, the chill one, the guy who doesn't make a fuss, even when something in your chest tightens and you don't know why. You don't say it out loud, but you feel it. That quiet disrespect, that unspoken assumption that you'll adapt, that you'll bend, that you'll stay. Maybe you regret the text you sent too fast, the times you showed up when she barely did, the moments you ignored your gut because you didn't want to rock the boat. You tell yourself love isn't about keeping score, but deep down, you know this isn't love. It's imbalance, and it's eating at you in the silence. You're not angry. Not really. You're just tired of feeling invisible while standing right there. So here's the real question, the one you've been dodging at 3 a.m. If she learned there was no cost to losing you, what would happen the moment you finally raised the price? Let me say this slow, not to hype you up, not to tear her down, just truth. Most guys get this wrong from the jump. They think being taken for granted means she's a bad person or they didn't do enough. So they try harder, show up faster, explain more, be extra patient. That's the trap. I've been there, sitting in my car after dropping her off, engine still running, hands on the wheel longer than needed, staring at nothing, telling myself it's cool. She's just stressed. Meanwhile, I'm the one adjusting. Again, here's what most men miss. People don't value what's loud. They value what's scarce and steady. You don't teach someone your worth by talking about it. You teach it by what you tolerate, by what you keep showing up for, by what you let slide when your gut is screaming, nah, this ain't it. A lot of guys think cost means punishment. Nah, it's not about acting cold or playing games. It's about alignment. Masculine principle number 1, your presence is not unlimited. If you treat it like it is, so will she. Masculine principle number 2, respect doesn't come from being understood. It comes from being consistent with your boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable. Think about the last time you paused before replying, not because you were busy, but because part of you felt tired of always being available. That pause wasn't weakness. That was instinct. You don't need to announce anything. No speeches, no ultimatums, just fewer explanations, cleaner choices, and the quiet confidence to let people feel the weight of your absence. So ask yourself this, real talk, if you stopped over, giving stopped over, fixing stopped proving, would she finally feel what it costs to lose access to you? The room's quiet but not peaceful, AC humming, one light still on in the kitchen, cold tile under your feet. Your phone buzzed earlier, not now. Now it's just there, face up, silent, like it's waiting on you to flinch. You remember a different night, same couch, same damn spot, her head on your chest, your arm asleep. She laughed at something dumb you said and you thought, yeah, this is it. Funny how that memory sneaks you out of nowhere, hits you right in the ribs. Now she takes her time, replies when she feels like it, cancels with that casual tone. Something came up, and you nod. Say it's all good, even though your chest tightens like you swallowed something wrong. You catch yourself typing, deleting, typing again. Hate that part. Feels needy. Feels small. Feels like you're chasing something that used to sit right next to you. And the wild thing, she didn't change overnight. You did, little by little. You stayed available. You stayed understanding. You stayed when your gut said bounce. There's a moment you can feel it when you realize she's comfortable losing you. Not scared, not worried, just assuming. That's when the air shifts, when you stop reaching for the phone, not to prove a point, but because something in you finally goes, Arsh, nah, I'm worth more than this. And you wonder what happens when the man she got used to finally stops showing up. Most men walk into this situation holding beliefs they never chose. They just absorb them from movies, from friends, from that voice that says, don't mess this up. One belief is this: if I just love her harder, she'll notice. I used to think that too, answering faster, showing up tired, letting things slide because I didn't want drama. But here's what I learned the slow way: attention is cheap. Respect is priceless. When effort has no edge, it stops being felt. Another belief sounds noble on the surface. Being patient proves I'm mature. Sometimes patience isn't strength. Sometimes it's fear wearing a clean shirt. I remember sitting there, phone in my hand, waiting, telling myself I was being calm. Truth was, I was avoiding a boundary. And yeah, you don't lose her, you lose your own presence. And this one stings the most. She pulled away. She changed, maybe, or maybe you slowly stopped being you. Stop saying no. Stop trusting that tight feeling in your chest. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. None of this makes you weak. It makes you human. This isn't about flipping a switch or acting cold. It's about waking up, realizing that when you start showing up whole again, people either rise to meet you or feel the cost of not doing so. And that awareness, that's where everything shifts. This is what he understands, not in theory. In his bones. The 1% headman knows you don't raise your value by demanding it. You raise it by becoming harder to access, not emotionally shut down, just centered. He doesn't rush to fix the vibe. He lets the moment breathe. This is how he leads, with presence, not pressure. When a text goes unanswered, he doesn't spiral, doesn't double text. He finishes his workout, takes a shower, goes about his day, not to play games, but because his life isn't on standby. He understands panic is loud, presence is quiet, and quiet carries weight. There's a moment where most guys chase clarity. The 1% headman waits, not out of ego, out of self-trust. He knows that if something matters, it comes back around. And if it doesn't, that tells him everything. He chooses patience over proving, strength over noise, centeredness over chasing. When she feels distance, it's not because he vanished. It's because he stopped over-giving, stopped leaking energy, stopped acting like access to him was guaranteed. And yeah, real talk, people feel that shift. They sense when a man is grounded instead of grasping. That's the difference. Not cold, not dramatic, just solid. It doesn't happen in a fight. No slammed doors. No big speech. It happens in the quiet. Sink running, hands under warm water longer than needed. That dull buzz in your chest you've been calling being patient. A flash hits you. Her scrolling while you're talking. That half smile when you cancel your own plans for hers. The way she says, "You're sweet," like it's a period, not an invitation. You dry your hands, look at yourself in the mirror, eyes a little tired, jaw tight, and a thought slips in, not loud, not dramatic, just clear. When did I start shrinking to keep this alive? Another memory, you laughing easier, moving slower, not explaining yourself so damn much. Your phone lights up on the counter. You don't rush for it. That's new. Something settles. Not anger, not bitterness, just weight dropping off your shoulders. A whispered line inside you says, "I don't have to earn basic respect, Aktra." And then the heavier one lands, thud. "If she's comfortable losing me, I've been too cheap with my presence." You don't disappear, you don't punish. You just stop bending. And for the first time in a long while, you feel solid again. She thought you'd always be there. Always ready, always forgiving, always quiet. But you're not anymore. The air shifts, her laugh sounds different. Your absence feels like gravity, pulls her in, pushes her out, and you feel lighter, stronger, whole. You didn't need to yell. You didn't need to explain. You just remembered what it costs to lose a man who knows his own damn value. And now she knows too.